It is extraordinary to see where we have come from. And I just want to pay tribute to what has been going on in Scotland. Martin has been the most fantastic campaign director of Scotland. I don't know anyone who works as hard as Martin, apart from Nigel. I have said I will never get in a car with Martin ever again. He multitasks, he's on a clipboard, he's phoning people, he's trying to eat a burger and driving me to Falkirk or to Peterhead. Now, make no mistake, to be polling in the 20s for us in Scotland is extraordinary. It really is extraordinary when you look at how far we have come. And now we can see this is well and truly a two-horse race. It's now between us and... No mistake of that. This literally is the battle of our lifetime. And the thing is that Reform UK is proudly unionist. I'm very, very proud to say we are part of the United Kingdom. Scotland is a pivotal part of the United... Stronger together. And that's why we actually need to reinvigorate places like Aberdeen, which had a proud industrial past. And under a Reform UK government, we will support oil and gas. I want to support the farmers. I want to support the fishing communities, because that's important. That's how you drive actually the economy in Scotland and get it back on its feet. I also want to say a very big welcome to Malcolm. I think he is a brilliant, charismatic, he's a leader. I think he will be a brilliant leader, and that is what we've needed, is someone to take this party in Scotland, Reform UK Scotland, to the next level, and Malcolm offers that, and we're so pleased to have you, so thank you very much indeed. So let's just look at Scotland, because as I said, we have family ties to Scotland. But when you compare Scotland with the rest of the United Kingdom, let me just start by telling you something that you've probably heard me say a great deal. We are the fastest growing political party in this country. We are the fastest growing political party ever seen in British history. We are now the largest political party. When I took over as chairman, we had 90,000 members. We now have over 250,000 members. We have 271,000 members. Also, we are the most talked about political party, I think you'll agree. We're pretty much making the front pages of every single national newspaper almost on a daily basis. And I would go so far to predict will become the next British Prime Minister at the next general election, and I think you would agree with that. Now, I've had a bit of a few weeks, to be honest, so every day I wake up and think, I wonder how many MPs we have today. So we have gone from having 5 members of Parliament to 7 members of Parliament. So Rob Jenrick joined us, and I thought, marvellous, that's great. And then the next thing I know, Andrew Rossendale joins us as well. So that's extraordinary, and the reason this is important is because it unlocks lots of things within Parliament. We get more questions in terms of actually being able to have some other changes to parliamentary procedures. So that's all very good. Let's just talk about our polling. So we are now consistently polling at 30, 31, 32% in pretty much every single poll. We've led the last 200 polls. I think that's pretty... When you actually extrapolate that, what does that mean? It means if there was a general election tomorrow, we go from having 7 members of Parliament, wait for this, to 371 members of Parliament, or 450 members of Parliament. That would give us a working majority of, wait for this, 25 members of Parliament. This is absolutely extraordinary. It has never been seen in British history. Now, what does it mean for the...
David Hume is the most important Scotsman in that regard. What the Scots were able to do in a small country with a strong academic tradition and a defined identity, effectively, and this was obviously before there was a train to London, so people then didn't go to London, they stayed in Scotland. What they were able to do was devise a system of the modern world. The modern world was devised by the Scots. All the inventions, all the thinking, the economist Adam Smith, we're talking about the fact that Adam Smith, if you look at the publications of Milton Friedman and Mayor Keynes and add them together on an annual basis, Adam Smithville outsells both of them 3-1, right? Scottish guy. So that Enlightenment was about how to create the modern world. And that lasted 250 years. All the inventions, all the thinking, how to go from church to rational, etc., was all driven by Scots guys and women. So here's the thing: we're now in a postmodern world. Okay, that modern world that was created then is now broken. We have to find a solution to what is the next stage. Isn't that what we're here to do? That's what Scottish people do. We invent. We're inventors. We're thinkers. We're innovators. We have an ability within 5.5 million people to reimagine what this new world can look like. And we can reimagine how our economy should run. We can reimagine how our health service should run. Yep. We can reimagine how our education system can run. We can imagine what the new industries of the 21st century are going to be. We can create a pathway for our young people to get them motivated. The work is rewarding, and it's always better to work than be on welfare. If we can invent that, solve that problem in 5.5 million people, we will change the world. Every other modern society, whether it's France, Germany, even
U-turn. And if you were going to write the manifesto for Keir Starmer and you said, right, I want you to attack everyone in this country, you'd pretty much come up with Labour's policies, wouldn't you? So let's just look at immigration. So immigration, illegal immigration into this country, 43,000 last year. That's up 13%. 63,000 came here illegally since Labour came to power.
Aren't working, and since he signed the one-in, one-out deal,
migrants have come here, and how many do you think he's managed to get rid of? 193. Isn't that good? Wow. So he has failed on pretty much every metric, and I can't forgive him for what he has done for small businesses. The rise in employer national insurance from 13.8% to 15% means that people are saying, well, I can't afford to take on young people. I can't afford to actually employ people. That's a terrible travesty. He's also attacked the farmers, the very people in a very insecure world that are putting food on our table. I don't understand any of that. And the reason is that not one member of that cabinet knows what a farm looks like. They've never been outside Islington. So those farmers, 70,000 farms will be affected by those inheritance tax changes. And a third of farms make a loss. They're asset rich, but they're cash poor. And farmers work incredibly hard. I live in a farming community. I would not want to be a farmer. You know, making sure you get up really early, making sure you get the harvest in, looking at the weather, making sure you can actually make that work for you. And then, of course, Keir Starmer is extremely good at giving things away. The Chagos Islands springs to mind. So he thinks it's a brilliant idea to give away the Chagos Islands to Mauritius, a country which, by the way, has never owned the Chagos Islands, against the wishes of the Chagosian people. And this is a huge problem for the defence of the realm. This is a strategically very important base, and I'm delighted that Trump has managed to throw a hand grenade into that by posting on Truth Social. And then when we look at fishing, the whole point of Brexit was to take back control of our money, laws, borders and fish. And he has signed away our fishing rights for 12 years. I think that's unforgivable, actually. And so that is why we're seeing the decimation of fishing communities like Peterhead, for example, or near me, like Felixstowe and Lowestoft. And those towns are ghost towns. They don't have the fishing fleets that they once had.